everyone, this is Linda with Craft on Cue, and this is the second video I've done, and wanted to share a new project that I'm working on that many of you probably have heard of and have already started working on, and that's called The Documented Life. I saw some videos a few weeks ago and just loved the idea of having a planner integrated with a journal, integrated with mixed media. So I went online, ordered a Moleskine 18-month planner. Even though that's not the one that they recommend, I could not find a 12-month for the year 2014 out there. So ordered that, waited for it to arrive, along with the 90-pound watercolor paper that you use to add extra pages to the planner, and once it arrived, I started putting it together, and then was ready to work on it for this week. Each week there'll be a theme. I guess it's called a theme, or maybe a prompt or an idea, and for this week it was to add something to your journal that you've cut out from a magazine. So with that in mind, I did a few things. On the planner part, this little St. Patrick's, it says Happy St. Pat's, was actually from a magazine called Country Sampler, and it was from a flag page, and I really liked it. Cut it out and just went around it with my painter's pen that I got from Walmart, and it's a lime green color, just to commemorate St. Patrick's Day, which was on Monday. I also added this shamrock with a little background of St. Patrick to this page because I'm part Irish, and wanted to include that in my journal for the week and for the year. Like I said, the theme was cutting something from a magazine and including it in your journal, and keeping in mind that I am definitely not a mixed media artist. I'm just learning how to do this, and wanted I thought this would be a good time to try this out. So this is the page I created, and I started with watercolor pencils for the background of these pages in yellow and green. These are from Stampin' Up. I've had these for years, and I just colored over the pages with both colors. Took my water brush and went all over the page, and the colors mingled, and I really liked how that turned out. This brush I've also had for years. It leaks, and I really don't use it much for its intended purpose, but it's great if you're going to do a background like that. Next thing I did was take some sequin waste that I have, and this, I believe, is some sort of a wallpaper tape, wallboard tape that you get at the home center, and I've had this for a really long time, and this is all that I have left from the roll. And what I did was I used gold acrylic paint and some green metallic folk art paint, and just did a few places here and there with a dauber to give it a little background. I also used this distress paint picket fence, but I found that it didn't show up much against this green background, although in a few places you can see a few white dots, and that was fine. Next thing I wanted to do was use these flowers that I have on my desk, and I still have some. This is just copy paper, and they were sitting on my desk because I'm in the process of making cheesecloth flowers for a swap I'm in, and the way I cut those out with my Tattered Florals die, I put the cheesecloth, several layers, and then sandwiched it between some copy paper and cut it out because I thought it would cut that cheesecloth better, and in fact it did. But then I had a bunch of these flowers, and I had just used scrap paper, so there was bits and pieces of color on there. And so what I thought was I would make a spray across the page, and I took the flowers and used these different color of watercolor pencils. There's two different color purples, a magenta and a blue, and just colored them. Used that same water brush, and that's how they came out, and I really liked how the colors turned out on those. So I Mod Podged those across the page and added some glitter. I love glitter, and I just used a little Mod Podge on my finger and sprinkled glitter all over that. I cut this Love Your Everyday Life out of a magazine, and I'm really not sure if I got that out of that Country Sampler or Frontgate, or just maybe a Better Homes and Gardens. I'm just not sure. But anyway, I had cut that out. I liked that a lot. I thought that would be a good sentiment for this page. But then I had a dilemma. I had all the flowers in this on, but I had blank space here and all down the bottom. Then I started looking through my stencils and found a butterfly stencil, and I thought that would be nice and kind of go with the spring theme, which I'm so excited that we are close to spring now. So I found a page, and this definitely came out of Frontgate, and I was looking just for some colors and also something that would fit well with this butterfly, and found this. I think this was a rug. So I just traced the inside of the stencil with a pencil, and then fussy cut that out, Mod Podged this down, and then also sprinkled glitter on that. I don't know if you can tell of the sparkles or not. I still had some blank space, so I stickled a flight path, which I like to do when I add butterflies to cards or whatever. And I love lace, so I added lace to the bottom. Added this little Priceless stamp because I thought that was appropriate here. But I still couldn't figure out what to do with the border. I knew I didn't want to doodle around there. So the first thing I tried was mixing these two metallic, the green and this white, to lighten up this green a bit because it's awful dark, as you can see here, and went around the border. I didn't go down here, but around this border. I didn't like it at all. I just thought it looked muddy. So then I took some of my gesso here, and I really like this gesso, by the way. I get this at Walmart. I believe it's $9 or $10, and I love it. So anyway, back to the page. I took my finger and just put gesso around there. Then it really looked muddy. It looked horrible. And I thought I had totally ruined the page. But filtering through things that I had just bought this Inka in gold at Hobby Lobby on sale. Oh gosh, a week ago maybe? 2 weeks, something like that. So I just put the gold around there, and even though I don't like it, I decided to leave well enough alone before I would totally ruin the page. One thing I forgot to tell you that I did was I have this little stencil, and I put that on the down here in various places like so, and then drew around it with this white writer. And I did that in, whoops, 4 different spots. The white just looked too white, and I didn't like it at all. So I took this lime green painter's pen, and I just drew right over all the lines that I had done, and it adds a little interest. I'm not sure I like it, but I'm not real good at envisioning things yet because I'm still learning. So I believe that was it as far as this page goes. I don't see anything else that comes to mind. So that's it for this week, and I hope to share my documented life pages each week as I do them, depending on what's going on in our family and time constraints and such. But anyway, thanks for watching, and have a great day. God bless. Bye-bye.